Hey, listen. Very few video game series have the true staying power, the power to adapt to the here and now and continue time after time to deliver some of the most incredible gaming experiences available out there. The power to deliver an enthralling epic quest to break genre and boundaries with subversive storytelling and awe-inspiring visuals, and the power, for whatever reason, to decide to let the players build giant robots with flaming you-know-whats that only serve as a monument to man's folly. And only one game series has done all of this while having a main character that communicates in a language what best can be described as a mixture of karate grunts and cigarette burn yelps. Nerds, it's dangerous to go alone, so take this episode with you, because tonight we're talking about The Legend of Zelda. Welcome to episode 37 of The Hills Have Nerds, the only podcast brave enough to break into your house and smash every pot looking for change. And you'll thank us for it. I'm one of your hosts, Josh, and with me tonight is Aaron.
Hi.
And Cody.
I know how to actually speak, thank you.
And Lee. Did you yell just now? Because like you cut out.
You completely silent. It was like you just went.
You just went, "Whoa." And then it just went. Just
In videos,
completely silent.
No, don't put that in there.
What did you say? Huh?
That's great.
Tingle noises.
Tingle
noises.
Kegel noises.
Much better. Much better.
What is Kingle?
Tingle.
Tingle. What is Tingle?
Oh, Tingle.
Tingle is a man who wants to be a fairy child in The Legend of Zelda.
Oh,
He sells
that's,
maps to make money.
He does.
wants to be a fairy child.
He thinks he's a fairy.
He wants to be a fairy. And
That's
when
2026.
you meet him,
Be whatever you want.
he constantly in Wind Waker, he often refers to you as fairy child.
All right, we're here tonight, folks, for the episode all about Tingle. And he wanted to be a fairy child. No. So tonight we're talking about the history of The Legend of Zelda, the game that has spanned genres, that has spawned multiple spin-offs, been across just about every single console that Nintendo has made. Right? I think maybe every console Nintendo has made has had a Zelda title. Was there a Zelda title for the Virtual? Yeah, for the Virtual Boy. Was there? Was he in tennis?
Nope.
Did he play tennis?
No.
Oh,
Nope.
there you go.
No Virtual Boy title.
Across all Nintendo consoles except for the Virtual Boy. But
I
we're
think that might literally be the only one they have that he's not on.
It hurt my head so much I forgot it existed.
dude, I think it's the reason I am the way I am.
I mean, they just
Like, I
had
think-
that new peripheral come out for the Switch too. You can go get a headache all over again.
Mm-mm. No, God. I want to do an episode just about the Virtual Boy and do it in that like 3D grid thing and just really make people vomit.
Red.
Yeah, just all red. No, we're talking about The
Wait,
Legend of
that'd be great.
Zelda, but so what is you guys love The Legend of Zelda, right? You guys all three love it?
Uh-huh.
No. What? I've never heard of it.
No.
Two of us wearing the Zelda shirt sitting here.
What does that say?
Yeah, Aaron's wearing that.
Stand
I'm
up.
wearing the Majora's Mask.
It says
Well, stand up and
I
just
would
show.
make a Zelda.
Now, he's going to stand up and be shorter. Watch this.
I would make a Zelda pun, but I don't want to Triforce it.
What is on your shirt, you nasty fuck?
Oh,
It's on the bottom of
That's
that
probably-
shirt.
so right before we started, I was eating barbecue, and apparently I've spilled a little bit on my shirt.
That's a staple. I mean, if you're
That's
playing
good.
Legend of Zelda,
Yeah.
you play Legend of Zelda, you gotta have some food on you. Like,
My shirt's only just Majora's Mask standing out in the or a Skull Kid in the shape of Majora's Mask.
Well, let's see yours, Cody.
see
Did
it.
you stand up too? Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I
Looks
feel
good.
under.
now, without the shirt.
Yeah. All right. Now both of you take it off. Let's see.
Let's see the tattoo.
All right,
It's like Triforce across his chest. He's like, I
Let's
don't
give the people what they came
Zelda's
for.
lame.
Jokes on you. I
All right,
have this,
you
but
all
just
just start
tattooed
to-
on me.
Y'all know Careless Sister, right? Starts.
All right. So who wants to start? What is your relationship with the Legend of Zelda? Who wants to go off about that? What attracted you to the Legend of Zelda?
I guess first one I played was A Link to the Past, and it was one that my grandmother had. So I played up at her house a lot. Me and her sat down and played a lot. It's the same grandmother that taught me like everything about Mario World. So it was just one of those. She was the one that got me into gaming, really, in general. And Zelda and Mario World were like the two games we played together all the time.
So
And I just kind of ran with Zelda from there.
So you didn't play like the first one.
No,
Right.
I didn't start on it. No.
Yeah, so tonight on this episode, guys, or listeners out there in podcast land or your cars or bathtub or wherever you are, we're going to talk about the history of the first game and then just the cast here's history with the game franchise itself. We're not going to get too in the woods about the making of later ones, just how the franchise itself came to be, and then wax fanly about the Legend of Zelda as a whole. So what about you, Aaron? What's your
Drop our
history?
controversial opinions about them later.
So my first introduction was actually the original one for the NES, and I really got into it. I kind of got into it a little bit. I
Not at all.
don't know.
You got,
Yeah, I don't know how. I got my.
you got your shirt
Some of
and your
my-
sex doll there. You're ready to go.
I've got a link here. Let's see. I've got another link here.
And if you just look behind me,
Yeah. I've got a Ganondorf in here. Actually,
Cody's got his sex doll
Brittany-
up on the shelf back there.
so I sold a bunch of my collection and paid off some of my loans. And Brittany for Valentine's Day actually got me Twilight Princess
There.
for the GameCube
Twilight
again.
That's awesome.
But I played the first one, and it was like when the original games were very linear, but like Mario side scrolling, it was all very linear, and the open world on Nintendo really drew me in, or Zelda. So it just the exploration idea was such a draw in for me, and I've kind of came obsessed with the game. I think I liked the original and Link to the Past, but I think really Twilight Princess and Majora's Mask is what hooked me. It's one of the first game series that I completed 100%. So
Lee, what about you?
Okay, so I played the original Zelda, and I remember enjoying it on the NES. And I played part 2, and I really, really enjoyed it more than the first one, which we'll get to that, right?
Yeah.
But the first one I ever beat was the Super Nintendo one, and I just absolutely adored it. And then from there on out, a weird, complicated thing for me. Maybe it's not complicated. Complicated in my headspace was like over the years, I was like, why does everybody love Zelda so much? Mario is so much better. I was like this dichotic thinking of it's either Mario or it's Zelda. You can only choose one.
It's like Coke or Pepsi.
But I
You
was
gotta-
like,
it's
Mario's
one or
so
the
much
other.
better. Yeah.
Coke's better.
And so I was like, I'm a Mario fan, not a Zelda fan. I'm not into I'll play the game, sure, but Mario's better. And then I think part of that just stems from hating elves. When Magic the Gathering came around, I hated elf decks so much. Oh my gosh, I hate. And then there's Lord
Lee's
of
a
the
dwarf.
Rings, and I'm a hobbit, dude. Like I wish my feet were furrier, but they're not. But I don't
Your
like.
socks are too
I don't
tight.
like elves in general.
prove it.
Say what?
Prove it.
Well,
Get them out.
You want me to show my
Get
foot?
them dogs out here. Let them bark.
Show
I'll get
feet.
my
Show
dog.
feet.
I
Yeah,
don't
right
have
here.
hair on my foot actually, except
I
for
do.
on the toes.
That's good.
There's no hair.
Oh my God. What is, you have you don't have any hair.
Oh my god!
I thought that was,
Wow.
that's a Halloween decoration. That is not attached to your body. That is a fraud.
No, it's real because how white it is, dude. Mannequins aren't that white. That's like that doesn't look like a human foot.
It did. I thought it was like a cadaver foot or so. That's something they teach in college. You got circulation issues,
It
man.
looks
Your
like a-
socks are too tight.
Yeah, well, it looks like I'm wearing socks, like I'm wearing hairless socks or something. Like
I'm
where the
Those
socks would
toe
start is
socks.
where
Travis, blur that out. Just blur that.
a blur over
Put
my
a
foot.
blur.
Hope for the best.
Wiggling my digits. Look at my foot. But I don't like elves in general, so I was like that over the years I started to accept it a little more because I was like I kept playing every Zelda game and loving it, and I was like, well, it's good, but it's not Mario, you know. And eventually I was like, frig, I like Zelda, and I just kind of leaned into it a little more. I just don't like elves. I don't like elves, dude. Ugh.
There you go.
Weird.
Zelda's not elves. They're
Are they
Hylian.
not?
Oh,
Are
really?
they not elves?
Nope, Hylian.
Oh well,
Is he
they're but
cute?
that's like Nintendo elves.
Yeah.
No, Link he grows up with the Kokoro in
In
some of the
Ocarina
games,
Time.
but he's always Hylian.
Okay.
But he has like the pointy
Perfect.
ears though, right?
Hylians are
Yeah,
the ones with the
that's-
pointy ears. The Kokoro, like the actual forest children, I don't think they do.
No.
Do they?
Well,
That's like
they
the
do,
difference
but
between a
they're all-
wood elf and a
and
half elf.
some
It's,
of 'em-
it's just a different
Yeah.
type of elf.
Well, the Kokoro is also forever children. They don't age.
Wood elf and
Hylians-
mudbloods,
Hylians
as
do.
someone might call
You
them.
know, except for when they turn into tree people.
Well, it's weird because Hylian is, even though they have the pointy ears, are more human than like every other race in the series.
Oh well, yeah. The other fish people and rock
Gorons are
people.
rock. I think they're like the dwarven stand-in.
Yeah, pretty much.
I still think I look forward more to Mario games than I do Zelda games, but it's not not by much. So
Okay.
The Garuda are more human than all of them.
Those are
Okay.
the ones with like the big
Those-
noses that are mostly women.
Yeah,
They're
all-female
all
tribe,
women, except one.
except for one.
So,
Let's insert the author's thinly veiled fetish here
snoo.
for Snoo Snoo. I'm sure
Yeah,
I'm sure the internet has done nothing with the Garuda. Don't let them
probably
know.
not.
Don't let them know.
Nothing.
My experience with Legend of Zelda has been pretty limited, man. Like I know Link and I know Zelda and I know Zelda's Sheik, and I played my first Zelda game ever was the Ocarina of Time for the 3DS. That was the first Zelda game I ever played, and I loved it. I had a lot of fun with it.
That's cool.
Really enjoyed it. I don't know. They were never. I was a Mario kid, and not necessarily because I wasn't like the games weren't attractive to me. Like I didn't like the fantasy of Zelda or something. It just, I don't know. There was always another game that I was more interested in than diving
get
into Zelda. You know, I'm a Pokemon guy before I'm a Mario guy before I'm a Zelda guy. So Pokemon was like if I have to choose what I want, I went to Pokemon game. And just like Zelda, there's a Pokemon title for every single console. Well, for the most part,
just about.
except for the Virtual Boy. Other than the
Or
NES and
NES or
SNES.
Super Nintendo.
I started to say ever since the Game Boy.
Ever since the Game Boy. Yeah. There's been a Pokemon
When they learned
title
to
for
print
every-
money, they never stopped.
Yeah.
So,
So I am ignorant scum when it comes to like Zelda lore. Just in general, I'm just a piece of shit. I just wanted to tell you guys this. This
What are
is-
you even doing here?
I just feel like
I just want to point it out.
just wanted to throw out there. I'm trash. I've always been trash. I've never been nothing. I'm always going to be
but
nothing.
you know,
That's
you-
just who I
Your
am.
knowledge of Zelda directly impacts how good of a person you are. So yeah.
In some of our circles, yes.
You know,
So the game that started it all, The Legend of Zelda for the NES, originally released in Japan on February 21st, 1986, and August 22nd, 1987 in America, on the Famicom Disk System, which was our original like introduction for the NES, right? That
which,
was the
oddly
Japanese
enough,
NES.
The
You
Famicom.
know,
was,
it's not
yeah.
today, but tomorrow would be the
Yep.
40th anniversary.
So we
as
are
of recording, I
recording.
guess.
We were recording this on February 20th. surprise, we are doing the history of the Legend of Zelda to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda, which would be
Have you heard
40.
any rumors about anything happening tomorrow?
I've not heard of
Oh.
anything yet.
Nothing we've heard of yet.
I'm sure there's some
Everybody's
fringe
been
cult
posting those.
that says the
Everybody's
world's
been
going to
posting
end.
those memes of what was it, the guy poking things with a stick, and it's just
Come
Nintendo,
on,
and
do something.
they're like, do something.
Yeah.
Well, I think the
And it
problem
just
is you
says
also
40th
have
anniversary.
Pokemon's 30th anniversary this year too. So
Nobody cares
Yeah.
about Pokemon.
no, nobody
Hey,
does.
Green and Fire Red.
This is
No,
is the
woo,
month
let's play
to leave
$20 for a
Pokemon behind.
30-year-old game, 20-year-old game.
I'm actually probably going to get Fire Red, believe it or not, Josh.
Yeah, I mean they're good
Yeah,
games,
probably
dude.
won't
It's cheaper
They're
to buy it there than to buy a physical copy.
yeah, and you shouldn't emulate things you can buy. No one should ever emulate things. No, it's good. It's good.
Yep.
So, February 21st, 1986 was the release of what would become one of the most prolific video game franchises of all time. Created by designers Shigeru Miyamoto and Takashi Tezuka. I believe I'm pronouncing those right. Miyamoto is also of Donkey Kong, Mario, Star Fox, Pikmin fame, the mind behind all of those franchises. Takashi Tezuka wrote the story and the script for the game and for Legend of Zelda 2. So Lee, you like Legend of Zelda 2 better, right? Why?
I just enjoy the gameplay more. Like it's a
Yeah.
side-scrolling action RPG.
So what is the
Okay,
gameplay of
more
the
than top thing.
so what is the gameplay of the first one like?
How would you guys
Uh,
describe it?
The first one's it's a top-down, kind of like a dungeon crawler, but it's not. I guess it's weird because dungeon crawler, you're typically like first person turning, going through whatever, but it's like a top-down, I guess, exploration game.
Yeah.
Because you're really it's an open world, like you're just dropped and it's like, hey, go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever
Well, that
direction
was
you want to go.
That was the whole point of the game. Was he wanted to promote exploration. So it's literally just dropped in the world, and there's a cave there. You go in it, and you can literally avoid the cave and die because you have no weapon. You just have a shield, and that's it. So, and you can go to the cave, and the old man says it's dangerous to go alone, gives you the sword. But that was the whole point of it. There was actually, in American releases, in the NES, they were going to add these tips and maps and things that were going to help the player, and Miyamoto was upset about it because
As he
he
should be.
wanted because he wanted the game to promote exploration and didn't want to give anything away.
Well, that was the thing. So one of the bits when I was doing research for the episode, and then a little bit of peek behind the curtain. We have recorded this episode twice. This is the second time we were recording this episode. We lost audio on it the first time. We promised you all you were going to get this episode in November of last year, and we recorded it, damn it. But we lost the audio. So we're back again. And we forgot everything we talked about. But Miyamoto, one of the things I picked up, and it might be true, it might be not, I think it's part of like the folk tale of Shigeru Miyamoto, was that he was inspired, or he has said on record, that he was inspired by his childhood experiences of exploring caves with a lantern. That he claimed he would discover secret paths or hidden things, and he wanted that sense of open exploration to be the heart of the Legend of Zelda.
Which is one of those that makes the argument that I feel like the style of Breath of the Wild is what they were aiming for on the NES. They just didn't have the capability to do so at the time. Now, dungeon-wise and everything, Breath of the Wild kind of falls short for me. But I still think just the open-endedness and actual like full-on exploration is what he was aiming for that whole time.
Yeah, they've actually even said that they've looked back at the original Legend of Zelda for inspiration for Breath of the Wild.
Kind of like a return to roots type deal.
Yeah,
I mean, like I said, I don't know. I've never played Wind Waker. I've never played Majora's Mask. I recognize Majora, and I see the mask, and I know the creepy moon. I understand them, but I've never played this, so I don't know like what the stories are there, and if it was like a a massive break from the adventure. To me, as an outsider looking in, all of these games seem like they're dungeon crawly exploration games. Like what little bit I know, like
100%.
I mean,
They're all adventure games.
Yeah, they're all adventure. Almost all of them are go in this dungeon, find this item that helps you make it through this dungeon, finish dungeon, go to next one. They tried to, steer away from that in more recent times, but
yeah.
So there are. I saw this. The Legend of Zelda was released in 1986, and the series has expanded to how many entries do you guys think are in the Legend of Zelda gamography?
35.
So we got Lee with 35. What do you think? Off the top of your head,
my sock off and start counting.
Please, dear God, please don't.
Off the top of my head, I want to say it's like, I'll say it's like 27 or 28.
Okay.
Go 28.
Aaron, you got a guess?
Aaron's still counting.
Come on, you're thinking too long. Give us an answer. He's Googling.
Let's go 32.
All right, you are all so wrong and just have lost all of your credit as Zelda fanboys. 21. I would say, as of this Wikipedia article being written, 21 entries on all of Nintendo's major game consoles, as well as a number of spin-offs. So maybe if you're counting like the new Zelda, like Princess Zelda game, and what was that game that just came out where you play as Princess Zelda?
Echoes of Wisdom.
Yeah. So maybe you're counting that. It also had an animated TV series based on the games that came out in '89. There were manga adaptations.
Excuse me, Princess.
Do you think they count the CDI games in that?
Probably. I mean, technically, they are Zelda games. They're like
licensed by Nintendo.
No, they are licensed by Nintendo. It's one of those. It's a very sore subject.
What was the name of the?
Wand of Gamelon, Zelda's Adventure, and Faces of Evil.
Yep. Wand of Gamelon's the number one I remember all the time, and then
Faces of Wand of Gamelon and Faces of Evil are like kind of connected.
There are
one of them you're playing as Link going through, the other one you're playing as Zelda going through. I don't remember the exact story for it, but Zelda's Adventure is a top-down one.
There are
by far the most expensive one.
3 spin-offs featuring that little weird elf you guys were talking about.
Yeah,
he has Tingle, 3 games. Whatever. Can you name them?
I didn't know he had.
One of them is Tingle's Rupee something or another.
One of them is Rupee something. That's the only one that I know of. I didn't
There's
know the other ones.
Freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land. That's the first one. That was an RPG. Its sequel. Right. Hold on. Its sequel, Ripened Tingle's Balloon Trip of Love.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
And
nice.
And Balloon Fight, which was it was a Balloon Fight re-release as Tingle's Balloon Fight for the Nintendo DS.
Oh, I didn't know about
Ripened Tingle's Balloon Trip. What in the? Oh my God! This should not be for children.
I know the original one you could link up with.
Hold on.
Was it the one you could link up with Wind Waker, and you could do a mini game.
Oh, is that the one with like Tingle's like flying in the air and you're shooting Rupee? Yeah.
Oh my good Lord, this is insane. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta send you I'm sending this to our chat. The cover of this DS game is it's horrifying. It looks borderline pornographic. Like, look at the back, and we're gonna have this. Anybody listening to the audio and watching the thing that can't see this, Travis, we're gonna try to like put this on the screen. I'm gonna ask Travis to put this on the screen.
Oh,
this thing is what is this? That is so aggressively Japanese.
Yeah.
And what are
it's Tingle?
Well, yeah.
What is that like?
It was
Bond girl silhouette in the background. Do you
just
see
like
that?
there's multiple ones. I think it's like just like dance, kind of like just dance characters, essentially.
All right. So here's the overview for
have
this
no
game.
idea.
Have you guys seen this one? Are you guys familiar with this game? This Tingle color change. I know we're talking about the history of Legend of Zelda, but this is distracting me. I got to know more about this. Were any of you aware of this?
I was aware.
I've
of
seen
it,
that
but I
cover
haven't played it.
before, but I
Yeah,
never really
yeah.
looked into it.
Absolutely aware of it.
Do you own it? Lee?
Never played it. No.
Do you own it? You should.
I imagine it's probably not cheap.
I think Shelly would throw it out if you bought this.
She'd be like, oh, one more weird thing on the shelf. Got it.
The game's storyline starts with an ordinary 35-year-old man who watches a direct sales program on television and orders a book said to make its readers popular among women. When the man opens the book, he gets sucked into a picture book world. In this world, he becomes Tingle, wearing a green costume. Tingle meets 3 characters that accompany him on his journey to escape the world: Kakashi the Scarecrow, Buriki the Tin Robot Woman, and Lion the Lion. These characters are inspired by you want to guess who they're inspired by? The
Wizard of
Scarecrow.
Oz.
Yeah. The Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion from Wizard of Oz. The player has to solve many puzzles that require use of the different abilities of Tingle's 3 partners. Kakashi lacks intelligence, but is small and therefore able to get into small places. Buriki's very intelligent, but heartless. She can cleverly solve puzzles Tingle's other partners can't. The party's last member, Lion, is more powerful than the other 2 partners, but cowardly. Many of the actions in the game are performed via stylus. Another central gameplay element is the romantic interaction with the 5 different female characters. The player has to find the right words. This is a dating sim with that
It is
thing.
multiple things.
What is this?
It's everything you could ever want in one video game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is. You got to find the right words during dialogues, and you got to give them the right gifts they like. It's necessary to continue the adventure.
Oompa.
This is insane. It got a Famitsu, which is like Japanese game grading magazine, right? Famitsu, or gaming zine, or that, gave it a score of 34 out of 40. It was the
Dang, that's
9th best-selling game in Japan during the week of its release.
Okay.
Holy crap. That is insane. That is nuts. God, we are deviants. Just gamers, nerds in general. We are not okay people. This is a cry for help.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Wind Waker, Tingle essentially uses his brothers as slaves to to rotate. I'm trying to remember what it is. They're on that island and they have to keep pushing that rotate.
Like
Is it a
windmill or
windmill, I
something?
think?
Like a grinder, like a mill?
Yeah. Tingle makes maps for you, but I don't remember what they're rotating off the top of my head. But he keeps his
Not the
2
cannon,
brothers.
is it?
No, it's not a cannon,
No.
but they have to keep pushing and rotating, and he's just standing over in the corner while they're pushing this thing and rotating it.
So Tingle's the real antagonist, like the real evil guy in The Legend of Zelda. Like,
Yeah.
Tingle's the true villain. That is crazy. Okay, we're learning stuff. Everybody, hopefully, you guys out there listening, you've learned something too. And if you were watching the
Don't trust
podcast, you've seen it too. And I apologize, but I have to share the curse. So it,
We've seen
lightens
it,
the
you have to see
burden.
it.
It lightens the burden if we carry together. All right.
Yeah.
So Nintendo, when they greenlighted The Legend of Zelda, they were trying to make a shift towards more complex games. So the Famicom was starting to gain momentum in the early 80s, and they had this goal of making games more expansive and less linear, and that started becoming the common sentiment in the developers' room. And they put together R&D 4. There was a special internal group which was led by Miyamoto and Tezuka to develop 2 projects. What were those 2 projects?
Ooh. Hmm.
Sorry.
Being that old, it's Miyamoto and Tezuka.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I can think of that would be that old coming out would be Mario and Zelda.
Yeah.
Donkey
I'm
Kong.
gonna go
You got it. Cody got it.
Would be Mario and Zelda.
Yeah, Mario's in the Legend of Zelda
Nice.
and Super Mario Brothers. So this was
Nice.
not the first entry in the Mario scape, right? So this was Super Mario. It was intentional design that the two games were kind of opposites of one another, with Mario being this fast-paced, precise platforming adventure with a more linear style, and Zelda being this open exploratory game, being its key feature there. They made them they tried to make them be diametric opposites, right? Which, I mean, sounds like succeeded, right? I mean, I
Yeah, it worked
played
out.
enough
Both,
Super Mario.
both were massive success. So.
Yeah.
There can only be one.
I think that is so
well,
cool.
they didn't want to create two similar games and fight for the same, gaming space. So,
well, I think it's such a great example of nothing comes out of a vacuum, right? Like,
yeah,
Zelda is not Zelda without Mario being what Mario is, and Super Mario Brothers is not Super Mario Brothers without Zelda being what Zelda is, right? Just these two massive titles for Nintendo that when you think about Nintendo, you think Link, Pikachu, and Mario, right? Maybe throw Kirby in there and Donkey Kong, but Link, Pikachu, and Mario are your big three, and that they are just their history has been so intertwined even before like the massive, amazing, resounding monster that is contemporary Nintendo as we know it. It is really neat. So the Famicom disk system, let's talk about that a little bit.
Oh boy.
So apparently Legend of Zelda was built specifically for Japan's upcoming Famicom disk system, which was an add-on that used rewritable discs, and it allowed what three things? Guys, you remember from the last time we talked about all this? What was like one of the main things for the Famicom disk system that was a big selling point? That
save files.
Yeah.
Save files.
Yeah. Save files, which I mean you kind of need in a massive sprawling RPG that is designed to be. It's not designed to be consumed in a single sitting, and that was kind of the thing for the games at that time, right?
Yeah, that was the whole idea. Was they used that for a difficulty, making it to where you couldn't save; you had to beat it in one sitting.
Well, everything was still coming off the arcade high, where a lot of them were designed to just be quarter eaters. So you can beat it in one sitting, but they're supposed to be difficult to just keep inserting quarters. So it's around this time that they actually started getting to the point that saving was really a necessity for like home console. Anyway.
Now,
well, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, was Legend of Zelda the first game to feature a save file?
I believe it was.
I don't know if it was the first one. It was definitely one of the earlier ones, but I don't know if it was the first one or not off the top.
I believe it may have been the first.
Battery cart in the US, wasn't it? Or is that Metroid? I think it was Zelda was the first battery cart, but I don't know that it was the first game you saved information on.
Let's see.
It's Zelda is widely the first battery backup for saving progress.
Yeah. So Legend of Zelda.
US, not in Japan.
Seems like Legend of Zelda is given credit for being the first.
That battery backup. I think on the Famicom disk system, I don't know if you needed the battery backup because it was just the rewritable discs, but
no, because it was a rewritable disc. That's the whole idea was that it was able to fit more on the disc, so they wanted a bigger game.
Yeah,
and also was it a chip shortage? Was that the other reason you were going for, Josh?
I got more memory than standard cartridges, which we hit on. And that it could, because of the more memory, you could build larger and more complex games. Was what I had. I didn't know. Was there a chip shortage? Is that a thing?
Oh,
there have been chip shortages over time in different times. I thought that might have been something because the cartridges didn't require chips, to my knowledge. It was just a readable. It's like a floppy disk.
It's just RAM, right?
So
no.
Yeah.
It was pretty much just a floppy disk. Was all it was.
Yep.
I know it was just an add-on for the Famicom, and one of the reasons that the Zelda came over to cart was because the Famicom disc add-on didn't sell well.
Okay.
Nobody wanted to buy the add-on.
Fair enough.
So that's why
Yeah.
they ported it to. That's why you got the gold cart now, is it was so popular in the disc, people wanted it, so they were like, well, we can make money off of this. Let's port it to the cart.
Now,
And they wanted it to be flashy.
according to this, Zelda is probably the first console game to feature it, but if you want the first game to store data to allow you to like implement a saving mechanism to allow players to come back, it was Oregon Trail,
Oh.
apparently.
Oh wow.
Dang.
But it's not a console game.
You can just
So
save
it
that
had,
dysentery.
Yeah.
Caught dysentery, partner. You know, I've never played Oregon
it's-
Trail ever.
Really?
I did in
Have you
school a
played
time or two.
Oregon?
Played what?
Have you
Oregon
played
Trail?
Oregon
Yeah.
Trail?
There's
zombie one?
Oregon Trail
Uh,
and then Oregon Trail.
Are you guys saying our accents are
There's
causing some problems
Oregon
right
Trail and
Yeah.
Oregon Trail.
now? Okay.
Yeah. Oregon
Oregon Trail
and
is
Oregon.
a zombie one.
Or
Yeah.
Oregon. There is somebody who has never visited the southeastern United States who is just remarkably confused right now.
What was that old commercial? Frog potation? Frog potation. Frog protection? Frog. We're saying the same thing.
It's have you ever seen that? It's a thing for it's it's a Southern thing, and they have them trying to name certain things. He holds up a jury box like at a courtroom. He's like, "That's a jury box," and then he holds up a jewelry box, and he goes, "Well, that's a jewelry box."
It's jury
It's
box.
like, you just said the same thing. He's like, "No, that one's a jury box. That one's a jewelry box."
Like
Oregon.
you burn a tar that feels like tar.
Get tar from your tars. I catch myself doing that all the time. I try to enunciate, try to beat the hillbilly out of myself, but you just can't. It's just in there. It's just ready.
I actually don't have an issue with
rise
the
up.
word wash. Wash and wash isn't the thing for me, but tar and far happens a little.
Oh yeah,
That happens.
far.
I was
Filler.
I was streaming Ori, and I kept saying, I was like, "Man,
Ori.
I'm trying to do this, but I just keep doing that." And somebody in there, I think somebody from Brazil or something, was like, "It's like your accent is so wild. You said trying." It's like, I thought you was talking about the game trying. And I was like, how does that fit into what you're doing here? I
I'm
was like,
trying.
"No, trying.
I'm trying. I'm
Sorry."
I'm fixing to start swarping. Here, or I'm mattering a tar fire.
I reckon you got a point.
Warsh has I started saying Warsh ironically, like just to be funny,
Yeah.
and it has worked its way into my vernacular.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it
Yeah.
starts.
And now I did that. Yeah. All right.
Hello, pussycat.
So, let's talk about the central design philosophy for the Legend of Zelda. So Miyamoto set several goals. Right now, again, this is just me putting this stuff together. The main one was he wanted to create a world players could get lost in. So we talked about this is a sprawling, expansive game for its time, right? So that players shouldn't be told exactly where to go. Instead, exploration should be encouraged. Secrets should feel genuinely hidden. And players should feel clever for discovering things. And I think, did the original game have that kind of that little sound there? Travis, can we insert
Yeah.
the sound here? So did the original game have that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Travis, I think what you should
When
do
you-
is take discovering something on Legend of Zelda and put Josh's audio up for it.
There you go.
It's Link cutting it like throwing a bomb and it goes Travis, please, you all watching
That'd be
it may have a be in for a treat if we crack the whip hard enough. Travis will do it. Travis couldn't be here tonight. He could not care less about the Legend of Zelda. And he's putting together an awesome Gundam that I'm going to encourage him to share in the Discord and on the Facebook.
It's broken my heart.
Item.
Yes, it had the
yeah.
original
So it
sound
had,
effect.
it
Like,
did.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's followed it throughout. Like that's been a staple
Yeah, that's been a staple.
of Zelda because that was in
That,
the Ocarina of Time version I played. Has that been in every Zelda game?
well.
That sound? I'm not going to do
I
it again
think
because
so,
you guys
yeah.
are going to make fun of me.
I believe so. Every
I
Zelda
believe it's
game that I've
been-
played.
I mean, there's been
Breath
like
of the
different
Wild has it?
renditions of it, but I can't think of one it's not been in.
Yeah, is it in Breath of the
What about
Wild?
Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, it's in Breath of the Wild. It's,
What about in Tears of the Kingdom when you first put a dong on your robot in Tears of the Kingdom? Does it do the
That's specifically when it does the job.
technology unlocked? It's an Easter egg. When you,
only you do that specific build though.
all right, he said. So speaking of items and things like we talked about, throwing the bombs and blowing up, items should transform the way players explore. This is a quote from Miyamoto that may or may not be real. I don't know. I found it on the internet. Said items should transform the way players explore. I mean, in Ocarina of Time, it does that. Did it do it in the original Zelda? Was that a thing?
Absolutely.
How?
You've got the
Cut down them bushes, burn some trees, stuff like that.
Just
you've got the
deforest?
ladder so you can. Yeah. You got the ladder so you can walk across certain spaces.
Bomb walls.
Can't knock my inhaler off the desk.
I think you bomb walls in part 1, don't you?
Yeah, you can bomb walls in part 1.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and it says that in part of the notes I have here is using new items to unlock previously inaccessible areas was revolutionary. The raft, ladder, candles, and bombs became tools for quote-unquote soft progression.
That sounds a lot like a Metroidvania, even like sort of. I mean, I know it's not, but it's like that's kind of the idea too. Is like what makes it a different thing between an action platformer and Metroidvania is the getting abilities and items or whatever transforms the way you explore things. So that's kind of neat to just see that tied into that because I've been having a lot of discussion about Metroidvanias lately. It's cool. Thank you for including that, Josh.
You're welcome, Lee. Thank you. See, we can be nice to each other. He wanted a game.
Not in the same room.
He wanted a game with no. Damn it! I'm trying to say what Miyamoto wanted. You pieces of trash.
Oh,
you garbage
what do you
people.
want, Josh?
Stepping all over everything I'm trying to say.
What do
He
you want
wanted to make
tell
us all fight and argue for the rest of
Didn't
time.
matter in hell. He wanted a game with no right order. It was designed to allow multiple pass through dungeons, sequence breaking, and wandering off the critical path entirely. This freedom was unheard of in 1986 for games.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
I mean,
was there anything like? Sorry, Cody, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say like, he achieved it fairly well. You still pretty well have to do the dungeons in a specific order, other than maybe a couple. Because I think you still have to have some of the items in earlier dungeons to do some of the puzzles in the later dungeons. I'm wanting to say it was dungeon 4 and 5, 3 and 4, something like that. I don't think it mattered what order you done those in, but
It's really cool to see, like, again, we talked about in the beginning here about revisiting Breath of the Wild, or Breath of the Wild revisiting the first Zelda, and that fits right on top of that, dude. Like, just go. That's the direction. Playing Breath of the Wild, dude, and after you get to, like, the first big quest or whatever, and it's like, the quest pops up and it says defeat Ganon, I was like, dang, okay. That's a pretty tall order, brother. Beat the game. Okay.
big ask. I just got here.
Who the hell is Ganon? Just going around stabbing random villagers. I got you now, Ganon. Some old woman. What? Yeah. Just murdering random
The
people.
request not clear. Kill all people.
Instructions unclear.
Purge the town. Purge the Kokori.
But really like that, I mean, that is part of it, man. It's just that freedom is really impressive, and I've said this so many times. I don't know who I've said it to. Maybe staying on the corner and ranting on the street or whatever.
Sometimes
But
I
it's
just
like
stand in the
Breath of the
mirror.
Wild.
It's like,
Breath of the Wild just wasn't. I don't think it was advertised well enough in the sense, like, of course they were like, look, there's games, but whatever. It's like they were showing it off. It's like you can chop down a tree, and I was like, okay. It's like you can
okay.
defeat goblins and climb mountains, and I was like, okay, whatever. I want to play it because it's Zelda. And then I actually did it, and I was like, oh crap, this is
It's
wild.
also did you know you could like throw a bomb, jump on your shield, slide down the mountain, do this twist, land on an enemy, and launch yourself 4,000 feet into the air? It's like, what?
They skipped that part.
Really just missed opportunity in the marketing department. Like,
Yeah.
they need to get
That was
whoever
something
did.
Miyamoto said about Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom later. He's like, I'm having as much fun watching people find these new ways to play the game as I did whenever I played the game. He's like, it's great seeing everybody explore the game like this.
When they found out that they could create a platform, put a platform on top of that, and take 4 Octoroks and blow them up into balloons and make themselves fly around, he was like, "This is amazing. I love this."
Yeah.
You think he's been like that with everything? Yeah, there's got to be something somebody's done that he's looked and he's been like, "What have I done? What have we created?
What have I released upon this world?
Oh God, what did I do?"
How about the guy who, in the development of Twilight Princess, was like, "We need horseback riding. All right, everybody, let's go horseback riding," and made them made them all go horseback riding so that they would learn what it was like to ride a horse, so that they could program it in the game.
I know that's helped me with my coding. Every horse I've ever rode, now I can code a horse. I also can't code, and I'm scared of horses.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Are you really scared of horses?
Yes.
I am too.
I'd be more afraid of a cow than a horse.
Man, I do not readily trust anything that if it decided to, it could kill me. That I don't think I could wrestle. Now, I'm not one of those guys. You'll hear these tales of overconfident men across the internet. I'm a big dude. I've led a rough life. I've had my fair share of scraps, but I'm also realistic, right? I'm pushing 40, not in great health anymore. I got, I made a sandwich the other day, had to take a break in between, had to take a break for a second, got a little out of wind. I understand my limits. There's no part of me that thinks if a horse, a 1,500-pound animal, just decided man, I'm not going to let this pissant tell me what to do anymore. If it started to come at me, I could somehow box it off. Now, I read a thing the other day. There's a small percentage of men, and I don't know if it was American men, probably American men, a small percentage of men who believe that if they were required to, they could fight an elephant. Fight it to victory.
Wild to me.
Now,
we had a horse.
Are we talking just fist fight?
I don't know. I don't know the context of it. I read it. I read it on Reddit. It might have been made up, but they said there was a poll put out by some thing that there were the answer. We hear it all the time that dudes think they could take down a bear or fight a lion or something like that. And I just think these people have no concept of what an apex predator truly is. They've been drinking Monster Energy drinks and watching a lot of WCW.
My
favorite, and all that's a different story. But we had a horse, and he kept biting Dad. He'd just come up and bite him. And Dad finally got mad, turned around and punched the horse in the side of the face, and it fell over.
We do not condone animal abuse on the Seven Earths. Cody's dad was defending himself against, obviously, a maniacal
him again. Yep, horse never bit him again, but he bit other people.
See, it's still a dickhead horse. It's just you just don't want to be punched again.
But it learned.
But what's funny is he was only
person.
like that with adults. I was a kid. I could run around him, go under him, climb on top of him, and he was happy and perfectly fine. Wouldn't do anything to me.
Oh.
He just thought it was funny to bite Dad.
Yeah.
Lee, what was your story that you got that made you get scared of horses? I know we're on a tangent, but this is interesting again to me. What?
I was in like a horse enclosure. I don't know what you call those. Like it was like a farm.
A horse
Whatever.
horse
A
dungeon.
horse enclosure.
I was in a horse dungeon.
Something like that.
A horse biome.
The gladiatorial arena.
A horse
Biodome.
dungeon.
It's a biodome. Polly Shore was in there. I don't know what was going on.
What, I guess a fencing. Like what do you call that? Like
It's
this
a
was
pasture.
A pasture,
a pasture. Okay, yeah. And
field,
a
pasture,
horse-
whatever.
It was kind of a close one, close up one. I don't know, a small one. And the horse started bucking, and I was like, "I'm going to die today." I was like, "I'm going to get kicked and killed." And I was like, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 years old. I was like, "What the flip?" And so I've been scared of horses since.
No, I just don't trust anything that I don't. Horses, cows, stuff. I like animals. I think they're beautiful, majestic creatures. I like
I like to watch
Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron just as much as everybody else.
Yeah, I watched My Little Pony. Like, I'm not
I like My Little Pony. It's great. They'd kill you as soon as look at you. Vicious bastards, a lot of them.
I believe that was the tagline for My Little Pony, wasn't it? My Little Pony, they'll kill you as soon as they look at you.
That was one of the ones they tried in focus groups, and it just didn't work.
It didn't work.
They landed on the opposite side of the spectrum.
Ship is magic.
My Little Pony kill you as soon as look at
Did they have a crossover with Street Sharks?
It was actually My Little Vicious Bastards, and then they changed.
Vicious Bastards. It was a wildly different show in the beginning before they started testing with audiences.
Which one are we gonna do, fellas? My Little Vicious Bastards. Friendship is magic, or what?
Lauren Faust is she's a freak, man. Thank God for those focus groups and crying children. All right.
Yeah.
So we talked about the dungeons, and then there's no, you can enter the dungeons in different ways. Let's get back on track a little bit. Let's talk about the overworld and the dungeon structure of the Legend of Zelda. Because this, I think again, like this has carried on through game after game after game, that these dungeons have layouts, they have specific traversal paths, things like that. Team built the world using a grid system. Each screen of the grid, and we'll post some pictures and stuff in the Discord for this. Each screen was designed almost like a tile or a puzzle piece, and the overworld was assembled from these screens and then just filled with secrets. So they essentially like designed a grid and then connected these pieces together, and as you traveled through, when you move from one, you'd move into the other, right? Yeah. Almost like the overworld itself was one big dungeon with smaller dungeons inside of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And so the dungeons, originally, they had no theme. They were just tricky mazes. But Tezuka, our story writer and our script writer, pushed for recognizable shapes and patterns, and that's why some of the dungeons form shapes on the maps, like an eagle, a snake, or a lizard. Is that a thing?
Yeah, like swastikas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, what?
Very recognizable things.
Yeah, one of them's real recognizable.
Is he joking or is he not joking? Right?
I don't know. Was one of the dungeons a swastika?
Yes.
Let me tell you what my dumbass almost said.
Yes.
Here's how dumb I am. Like just how stupid I am. I'm a garbage idiot. I started to go, well, this was like before Hitler. So I started to ask. This was before, and then I caught myself. I was like, oh my God, you moron. Yeah,
Yeah, Hitler was only like 20 years ago. It's
I
fine.
told you, it's that Virtual Boy, man. That's why I am the way I am.
Uh,
Don't play it, kids. Stay away from it. I just
Virtual Boy
have the
Russian
word swastika typed in my Google and thank God predictive text and like my search history brings up nothing. So despite how I look and how I speak, nothing.
That Josh should say online.
The swastika dungeon, third dungeon on the first quest, known as the Manji dungeon. When players analyze the layout of the dungeon's rooms and create an extensive top-down map of it, the final layout of the dungeon was found to highly resemble a swastika, the main symbol of the Nazi Party World War II era Germany. World War II era. Oh, so it was before. This has led to rumors about possible Nazi influence on the game's creation, or even the possibility of Nazi employees at Nintendo. As it turns out, the dungeon is not meant to resemble a Nazi swastika. In reality, it was designed after the manji, a Buddhist symbol signaling good fortune. Swastika, as is normally known, has a long history of being associated with numerous East Asian cultures and was not originally created by Nazi Germany, only adopted. Okay, yeah, we knew that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's
I knew it
crazy
wasn't
Nintendo didn't put a
wasn't originally
swastika.
designed
Yeah.
to be a swastika. It was just that's just what it happened to.
So, that was, I mean, the first quest was originally titled The Final Solution, but they changed that.
Well, that was that's the defense now. It's like, oh, that's not a swastika. That's the third dungeon in Zelda.
Third dungeon in Zelda. That's my cultured heritage. The third dungeon in Zelda. Good God. Oh, my Lord.
Jeez.
I almost said something very political. We're not going to go there.
We are not a political podcast. People need an escape from
We're not a political podcast.
the horse shit of the world. We're not a political podcast. We're not a political podcast. Oh, don't do swastikas
Anyway.
on yourself. All right, Triforce. Let's talk about the Triforce. What is the Triforce? What is the Triforce?
The
Anybody.
Triforce.
Yeah. What swastika is it in the shape? What horrible symbol for me. The Iron Cross.
It's the
Triforce.
Illuminati.
So what is the Triforce?
Triforce is a 3-piece triangle. Depending on what game that you talk about is depending on what it really is. Like it represents a lot of different things, but it's 3 magical pieces. They're courage, wisdom, and power. There we go. I blanked out.
Eugenics.
But in the original game, it's one whole piece, and Zelda breaks it apart because Ganon is coming to take it to use its power against the Hyrule people.
Okay. So it's just
I like the
like a magical artifact with power to it, right?
yeah, I like the Ocarina of Time explanation for it. It is originally there was 3 goddesses that comes down, and they're what forms the world. It was Din, Nehru, and Faeror. I think it was Din first forms the land. Nehru fills the water, and then Faeror fills out everything else, like the foliage and stuff. Maybe I can't remember the exact of that, but those 3 come down and form the world. And whenever they leave, they go up to a single point, and that point when they left is the Triforce. Like they create the Triforce as they leave. It's still the the 3-piece. It's one piece, but the 3 triangles. And in that one, it only breaks apart whenever Ganondorf touches it. And I think it broke apart because I think it was like impure intentions whenever he touched it, so it broke apart. I can't remember the exact story on that.
I believe the original idea was that if you got the Triforce, you got like a wish that would be able to come true, and that's the whole thing. Is like Ganondorf gets it and wishes to basically rule everything, and it's an impure and it breaks apart. The original one, like I said, Zelda breaks it apart so that Ganon, because Ganondorf's not in the original, it's just Ganon. Ganon can't use it.
Okay. Now is the Triforce in every game?
No, it's not in every game. It's in. Nope.
No, it's not Breath of the Wild. Technically, it's not in Majora's Mask, but it is.
There are representations of it everywhere still. There's still Triforce and like all the decor and everything like that, but they don't. It's actually not in the game.
Okay, that's kind of interesting. Because it seems like to me as an outsider, like it looks like it's like when I think of the Legend of Zelda, I think of that 3 triangle symbol, being pretty quintessential.
If Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf are all 3 in the game, the Triforce is in the game because they represent the 3 pieces each individually, and typically they have a piece of it across the game.
Is Zelda not in Breath of the Wild?
Triforce. Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's in.
It's in memories, and you don't find her until the end, but she's in the game.
So the
Yeah, so
Triforce.
it's
Link
not
is
like, let's
courage.
go find the Triforce or
It's-
whatever.
Oh, okay.
In the game, in the sense that Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf's in it, but it's not actually physically in the
It's
game.
not one of your MacGuffins, right? It's not
No.
the reason for a quest. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, let's talk about some of the other games. Let's talk about some of the other games. So, what is your all's favorite installment of Legend of Zelda? Lee, you've been a little quiet. What's your favorite?
Breath of the Wild. So, it's actually a more popular answer as I've started talking to people more, finding out that a lot of people like Breath of the Wild. I expect it to be an unpopular answer. There's a lot of people. It's divisive,
Why?
but it is. It's because of the dungeon thing. Like as Cody was started to say earlier, a lot of people don't like that it's kind of moved away from what dungeons became, and I can appreciate that. It's like the longer, more complicated and thematic dungeons got kind of pushed to the side. We get like maybe 4 in the big ones, but they're not even like that close to being the original, the original dungeons, the earlier dungeons like Forest Temple and stuff like that. You don't really have that sort of themed dungeon anymore. You have like little mini dungeons along the way. So a lot of people don't like that, and a lot of people don't like the open world sort of aspect. I mean, when I say open world, I mean obviously Zelda 1 was even an open world, but it's like that large open world. But I think it's amazing. I think it's fantastic.
Is it field? Like Elizabeth, my wife, she's played Breath of the Wild. She played it quite a lot from my understanding. But I've never played. I've watched people play it every now and then, but not to any kind of great extent. Like, is the world filled? I know that's kind of you hear that a lot with a lot of these games that tout themselves as open world, is that the world is empty. Yeah, it's open world and I can run from point A to point B, and anywhere I see I can run to, but there's like nothing there. There's some trees and rocks, and every now and then like a pig man jumps out. So, I mean, is it filled? Is it populated?
I think
it
so.
is, but it is, but it isn't for me, I guess.
So,
because
Breath of the Wild. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
there's like 120 shrines in the game. You can run around and you got to do all the shrines and everything. But a lot of the shrines are almost copy paste with a slight adjustment here or there. Like I got bored of the shrines very quickly. So I'd be walking by and see a shrine there, and it's like I just really don't care. I don't want to do that anymore. I just keep going.
Yeah, I did.
They're all the
Rabbit's
same.
Shrine. Yeah, so like Lee
I mean,
was talking about
after you
the
do
original
80
one,
of them, you're like, yeah, okay.
the original ones did a lot of like you had 4 main locations. You went to the dungeon, and then like Ocarina of Time, you went to their dungeon area, and then later on you went back and did the temple area. So Breath of the Wild did shrines, which were basically just these small little things that you went and enter into, and you do a puzzle instead of doing a whole dungeon. It was just a
Okay.
small puzzle.
That was part of my thing. Like each of the shrines felt like a tech demo rather than.
Why do you think that
actual
is? Why do you
game
think they did that?
I think they did it to fill the world a little more, and 2, it was easier for them to come up with, 120 separate puzzles than to come up with a huge interlying dungeon for them.
That, and it was a transitional title. It was Wii U and Switch.
Yeah.
So they were working on 2
Yeah,
different ports at the
that's true.
same time.
I don't know this to be true or anything, but it would be kind of neat if they considered, like, obviously, maybe they saw that as like these are the most important parts to people, a memorable sort of puzzle, but then also the Switch, which I guess it doesn't make any sense for Wii U, but the Switch still was a launch title for Switch, but the Switch is a portable system too. So it's like those dungeons, you could easily pick up your controller or whatever, play 15, 30 minutes, do a dungeon or more, put it down.
Yeah.
So maybe it was intended for that sort of. I don't know that to be true. I've never heard that. It just kind of hit me.
The way you guys
That's a
described like
possibility.
the open world of it, and because it was like what the first like truly open world Zelda title in that you could you could beat the game from the start, right? Your first quest is kill Ganon, as we talked about.
You could go straight to him and find him if you want.
So you could do the
There
first
are
truly
people
one.
that speedrun it.
So do you? To me, that it would make sense that because they had to do that, and this is just me like thinking out loud. I haven't read anything about it. I have no idea. I'm just postulating that because they had to create that this massive overworld. There's where your design budget went. There's where like your design and your time budget went to make that be cohesive in a way that you could approach it from any angle. Why am I going to build a massive like underground thing when the point of it is this massive wild world? It's Breath of the Wild, right? What is the Breath of the Wild? What's the significance of the name of it?
I think it's just because you're out in just the wilderness.
Yeah.
Because there's not really, it's never really mentioned in the game.
I think that is another point in my corner of the point of this game is you are above ground in a massive open world. We don't want you to go underground and see a bunch of stuff. We want you up seeing the wild blue yonder. So,
and I mean,
have any point,
just they're wanting you to go like from any angle, so they couldn't do the old school lock an item somewhere and then you have to have that to progress somewhere else, because they wanted you to go to anywhere and be able to solve it at any time. So they give you all 4 tools that you need to solve everything in the game at the start.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah,
think about it, isn't it?
You have
Because,
everything.
like it says, items should transform the way players explore, and it does. But it's just like, here's items, go.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. It's a little counterintuitive because at that point, like you're not exploring to find stuff to help you explore anymore. You already have everything you need.
Yeah. So there is no like this.
It still doesn't limit your exploration. Like I don't know. It's weird.
Is there like a progression system in Breath of the Wild? Like, does it? Like, does your character get stronger? You get more hearts, right? But like, other than that,
we have more hearts, and then as you kill stronger enemies and pick up their weapons, you get stronger weapons. But
Yeah,
so there is
the weapon breaking system was pretty annoying.
There is a hidden XP in Breath of the Wild that it doesn't show you anything, but the more enemies you kill, the stronger enemies appear and the better weapons appear.
Okay. What's the weapon breaking system? What is that?
Every weapon has a durability, and after you use it, it just shatters. And I mean, you can't repair them. You just have to go find more.
That's dumb. I don't like that. I do
like
not.
it.
You like it?
I like it.
Well,
what?
I do.
It promotes exploration. It promotes tactility, like figuring out what weapons are because you can I'm started thinking Tears of the Kingdom,
tacticality,
combine things. Tacticality.
I thought you were talking like it's like tactile, like it provides like feel to the system. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, it just promoted me just shooting everything with bow and arrows and then using the bombs. Because it was like all these weapons break, they kind of suck. I don't like them. I'll just pick them up and chuck them with stuff.
Fair enough.
I like the being prepared, like getting prepared for fights too. It's like I want to fight this group of goblins, but I don't have the weapons currently because this is going to break, and that sort of thing too. And then it's enjoyable. If I feel like it has oomph when you toss a weapon and it smacks something and breaks. I'm like, yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Aaron, what's your favorite entry? Go ahead.
My
go
favorite
ahead.
entry.
No, finish what you were going to say. What you always had? What?
I always had my the weapons that I use, like my good weapons, and then my junk weapons that I kept.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to worry about the durability of my good weapons that I was saving for like the bosses.
Was this the first one, the first Zelda game that had like an inventory system like that, where you had multiple versions of a like you could go through stuff like that?
It was the first one that had the durability.
The durability and different weapons like that.
So then, it was. Then.
So
right.
Wind Waker, you could pick up weapons. You pick up some of the weapons from your enemies would drop. And other games like Ocarina of Time and them had different versions of the weapons. But
so what's your favorite
one with them?
What's your favorite?
Before somebody says Giant's knife in the comments. Yeah, we know the Giant's knife breaks. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. What the fuck's the giant's knife? Or what the hell's the giant's
It's
knife?
from the
made of?
N64 version.
The-
Ocarina of Time. It's the big girl. It becomes the big Goron sword eventually, but you have the giant's knife, and you have so many uses of it, and it breaks, and then you have to go get it redone again, and you have a big quest line that you have to do, and you have to go like all the way to the Zora's domain and come back to the Gorons without teleporting, and give him the materials so he can make you the big Goron sword, which doesn't break, but it's the big two-handed weapon.
That's an Ocarina of Time.
So there was, I guess, technically
Yeah.
durability.
I
in that
didn't get
game
that
as well,
far.
you know?
I didn't get that far in it.
Yeah, it was optional. Yeah, that's like I don't know. I'm used to
Yeah.
trying to circumvent the comments on. Well, technically,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean dude, we're nerds. We're pedantic. That's what we'll actually. God, I can't stand that,
Well,
and I
like
do
these
it.
That's why I hate elves.
Elves, they're so smug. Stupid smug ass elves. Aaron, what's your favorite Zelda?
Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess was one of my favorite Zeldas. Okay.
What is Twilight
I
Princess?
love Twilight Princess.
What makes Twilight Princess
Really, thank
different than the? Well, I know. I'm sorry. What I meant was, why is what makes Twilight Princess like different from the other installments in the Zelda franchise? Like, why is it your favorite?
Twilight Princess was the second game on the GameCube, which they actually released it at the same time on the GameCube and the Wii, and they actually had to mirror the entire world because Link is left-handed, and they really had an issue with everybody being right-handed. You know, being right-handed being the right way to do it, and Link was left-handed, and so they had to mirror the whole world.
Has Link always been
But
left-handed? Was he left-handed in the first
Yeah.
one? Okay.
Yeah.
First one, probably,
Pretty sure.
but I know since Ocarina he has been.
Yeah, except especially Ocarina, but I'm pretty sure he was left-handed in the first one. But so it takes a darker tone. It's one that I waited like as soon as they announced it. I was so excited. This is the one that they pushed back several times. Our senior year, 2006, they kept bringing out videos, and I was super excited for it. You got to play as Link as a wolf, and it had all these it was very dark tones to it. I was really excited about this game, and it finally came out, and it was everything I wanted.
I was really excited, and then it came out, and I got it, and it was perfect. That's such a good.
It was
story.
perfect.
And then
Yeah.
he started crying.
I did, but they remade it on the Wii U. I would really love them to do it again for the Switch too. Would be
40th
great.
anniversary. Let's go.
Please, let's go.
So apparently, Miyamoto was a lefty, so he made Link a lefty, and Link was a lefty until Twilight Princess.
Yep.
So from the beginning,
Yeah, I think
on.
they made him
Twilight
right-handed
Princess and
for
Skyward Sword, he was right-handed.
So even more reason for the public to dislike these games because they're obviously of the devil. Because left-handed
Yeah.
people are
Anyone
inherently
who's
evil.
left-handed is of the devil.
Yeah, we all know that. That's common knowledge, right?
Yeah, left-handed heresy.
Maybe
Right
that dungeon
Go hand in
wasn't
hand.
just one of them good luck charms after all. No,
Don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing because the left hand is evil. Everybody knows this.
That's in the good word.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Left-handed people are evil. My child is left-handed.
Actually, Twilight Princess is probably in my top 5 for Zelda games.
Yep.
It's great. I like
Breath of the
dark
Wild
ones.
Breath of the Wild is very close under there, but Twilight Princess it holds a special place in my heart.
So what is like the story of Twilight Princess? What is you said like
So,
you could turn into a wolf?
Twilight-
Why can you turn into a wolf?
So Twilight Princess, you actually play Link is a villager in this town, and he's not from Hyrule itself, the Hyrule area.
He
but
still
he's
is
not from the
Hylian.
capital. He's still Hylian, but he's from Orin, I think is what the town is called, if I remember right. But the whole thing is your caretaker is going to the castle to bring the sword to the king, And during that, all of a sudden, there's this invasion from the Twilight, and it's a different like zone, completely separate. Kind of like they have in the Link Between Worlds, they have the light and dark worlds, and this one they have the Twilight. So the Twilight invades, and it affects, and when it affects our world, their world, it changes things, and it changes Link into a wolf when the Twilight invades. So eventually you're able to recede it, and you turn back into Link, like the human or Hylian Link, and you're able to go back and forth. You meet an imp called Midna, who helps you through it all.
Oh, that's where I thought Midna was from Majora's Mask. No, Majora is like the little imp thing. Midna's
the mask. Skull Kid is
yeah. Skull Kid is the actual person. Majora is the actual just mask.
Okay, well this is hard. This narrative is impossible to follow. There's far too many people. What is this, Game of Thrones? Oh, we got Shigeru Mia Martin over here.
And Zelda only pops up once.
That was clever. That Shigeru Mia Martin was clever. And no one commented on it.
Ha 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 ha.
They'll dig it. The listeners will like that one. Let me know.
Don't you?
Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of my Shigeru Mia Martin comment. All right, well, what about you, Cody? What's your favorite?
I go back and forth. It's between Twilight Princess and A Link to the Past.
What makes A Link to the Past different?
A Link to the Past is still old school style. It's top down. So
what console was it
resembles Super Nintendo. It was the third Zelda.
Okay.
Like Twilight Princess, it is got the light and dark world. It's just called Dark World in this, and you eventually get the mirror so that you can swap back and forth on the overworld in places. And it still does the old school dungeons. You'll be able to. It's a little more linear as well, because the dungeons in this, I think, have to be completed in a specific order.
I believe so.
Just because of the items needed and the progression and everything. But there's a lot of exploration with the items in the overworld and everything, and it makes for a fantastic randomizer, even though it makes me angry.
It's a good game, dude.
I love the randomizer for it.
Sweet. So we got, what was the most recent Zelda game that came out?
If you're talking like mainline
was Tears of the Kingdom, right?
But if you're talking in general, it is Age of Calamity.
Age of Calamity.
No,
the Dynasty Warriors
Age of Calamity
spinoff.
Yeah,
now that I've played.
Dynasty Warriors.
Now that I've played, is it not the third Dynasty Warriors one?
Oh no, it's the third. Sorry, it's Imprisonment. Age of Calamity is the second one, and then the Imprisonment War is the third one.
Yeah, Age of Calamity was the one. So I bought that for me and Elizabeth to play after the first flood down here when I didn't have power, so I didn't have like internet or anything, or we didn't have internet. We had power, and so we could play something, but we couldn't like get on the computers and play something together. So we played Age of Calamity couch co-op on the Switch, which is a lot of fun. I love the Dynasty Warriors games. I feel like they're could have been a little better itemization in it. The combat was cool and the characters were neat, but I like visual upgrades and like significant visual progression on my characters, and the characters all felt pretty samey for the most part until like every now and then you get a little upgrade, but it was few and far between. So.
And then you should have played Link in that game, because Link had several different weapons he could use, and depending on the weapon would be his playstyle.
I don't want to play Link because Link. I find Link boring a little bit. I find Link a little. This is my hot take. I find Link a little boring.
It's good because he's not the main character.
Yeah. I do find.
I would much rather play Zelda.
I do find Zelda to be a more compelling character than Link.
I agree.
Yeah. Now that's with my limited knowledge, right?
I mean, Link doesn't win without Zelda.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
like 99% of the games. There
Oh, yeah.
may have been like the 1 or 2% that he does, but
All right. Well, guys, we are closing in on an hour and a half. That's how long we typically go. I had a couple little like bits of trivia here for the original Zelda, and we've went through a ton of trivia just over the course of this. You guys want to hear it?
Yeah, please.
Let's do it.
hit me.
All right. The name Link. So we talked about some of the games having, a link to the past. A link was partly chosen because he was meant to be a link between the past and future players. Because he was meant to be a link between the past and future. And that was, I've skipped over my thing here. So Zelda, it was chosen because Zelda was almost a sci-fi game.
Yeah.
This might be true. So this is true, Aaron. You've heard this before. This is stuff I have grabbed from like the corners of the internet. I saw somebody speak about this. We might be telling tales out of school. I don't know. Don't get all of your information from a podcast of four dudes that just sit around and talk about toys. But it's cool. It's neat to talk about.
I don't know how true it is, but I've heard that before.
Yeah. So before
I wonder if some of
settling,
that bled over into Metroid because it was probably being developed at a similar time.
so before settling on a medieval fantasy tone, Miyamoto considered a futuristic techno world. Early drafts included electronic swords, time travel devices, and a far more mechanical Hyrule. The name Link was partly chosen because he was meant to be a link between the past and the future. The thing.
Well, apparently one time they had actually an idea for the game was just going to be called Dungeons, and they were going to have it to be where players could go create a little dungeon for other players to run through. Like you could build a little dungeon and be like, "Hey, you want to check this out?" And apparently they couldn't exactly figure out how that would work, so they decided to go with a storyline.
Oh, that's neat.
Zelda Maker would be great now.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right. Another little bit of folklore of Tall Tale I have is the history of the grunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That Link.
Yeah.
That has Link ever
Yeah.
spoken in a game?
No, not actually. And Miyamoto has actually said that if he ever gave Link a voice, that he would voice it himself. Because he wants you to be the voice of Link. He doesn't want Link to be a character that
Yeah.
speaks. He wants you to be.
People
the voice.
have characters have reacted like Link has spoke, but
But we
he's
never
said
actually
anything
hear
in-game.
a voice of like. But now, does he have text? Does he even have like text dialogue?
No.
In any game. That's real.
No.
That's cool. That's neat.
Yeah.
Like to stick to the bit like that across 21 installments is pretty cool. So in the original game, Link is silent to fit memory constraints, but devs frequently made exaggerated noises while testing sword swings. This became a running joke, and those goofy test session noises inspired the later "yeah" sounds famously used in 3D Zelda game. I hope that's true.
I actually like all the facial expressions he does, like the.
Yeah.
Good.
That's great.
Yeah, Toon Link was very expressive.
Toon Link was
Yeah.
from what?
Wind Waker.
Wind Waker.
He's a lot of the cell shaded character.
He's from all the ones that I don't like.
All right. So I mean,
Wind
The
Waker
is one's
and
the
the
worst. I don't like them.
So in
Stylus
the Wii
controls
U
bad.
version,
yeah.
in the Wii U version, you could actually do like a selfie mode with the camera, and you could actually use the other joystick to change Link's expressions.
Okay. Do you think that's a callback to pulling Mario's face around in Super Mario 64?
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe.
Do you guys remember like the first time you discovered you could do that?
Yeah, I just sat there
Yeah.
for like a few minutes just playing on that,
Yeah.
and pulling on his face, and like, huh.
Just thought that was like the peak of gaming technology, and what intelligent beings humanity must be to be able to craft such perfection on the gaming console. that we can stretch this poor, vaguely Italian man, maybe Italian man's nose out.
Yeah.
All right.
Before we call it, can I just get a quick round of your least favorite Zelda game you've played?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. Least favorite.
Least favorite, I mean, easy as the DS games. Like, I hate the stylus controls and I don't like them.
What were the
If you're
DS
talking,
games?
like, purely-
Which ones?
Spirit Tracks and what's the name of the other one?
He hates it so much he can't even remember it. He's blocked it out of his mind. That and a
Phantom
bunch of
Hourglass?
summer
Hourglass?
camp memories.
Phantom Hourglass, yeah.
Yeah.
And that is just solely because the stylus controls are just bad. Like, you have to poke on to get Link to walk places. Like, those are just bad.
Listen, you
But if
bought
we're
it.
talking-
They researched it. They're going to make you use it, damn it.
Yeah. But if we're talking console, it's Wind Waker. I do not like Wind Waker.
Aaron, you're shaking your head.
That ocean, that ocean is just. It's not even
know,
that big comparatively to everything else. It's just there's nothing in it.
I fully get it. I don't know. I enjoyed Wind Waker, even with the ocean, the vast ocean, and having to find each of those stupid shards of of the Triforce.
Sounds like you loved it.
Whenever
It's great.
whenever I was setting my like, I'm gonna go to this island, set my course, put it on auto go or autopilot or whatever. I went and made a sandwich and came back and was sitting there eating a sandwich and it's like, I'm being attacked by pirates. They'll get bored in a minute and quit. Just watch Link
So-
sail past them and I was like, I'm just ignoring all of this.
The most annoying part of Wind Waker for me was finding those stupid shards of the
Agreed.
Triforce, and they just give you a map, and it's like, here's an X, and you sail there, and then you have to listen for that little shining sound, like it goes "Ah," when you get close, and you have to listen, and then drop the crane and hope that you get in the right spot. And it was nerve-wracking because the sea is so vast, and you're like, I'm in the area, I know it's here, where is it at?
The first half
Dungeons
of
are
Wind
fun,
Waker is
though.
great.
Yeah,
like
Dungeons
after
are
that.
good.
the combat's nice. The dungeons were great. I even enjoyed the story. But yeah, if they like shrunk that map in a little bit, I'd have been all right. But no, I get it. But I love it was the first cel shaded Zelda game. So
Very pretty.
and it got a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
of
it still
hate
looks
for
good.
being cel shaded. Yeah.
What about you, Lee?
Probably Zelda 1. I have
Really?
zero desire to ever play that game again. It's just, I don't, in every other Zelda game, I'd rather that I've played so far, I'd rather play that one again than that one. So I'm like, that must be the worst one for me.
It is very
Just
archaic.
don't care about it.
Which one was it?
I
I'm
get
sorry.
that.
Which one?
One.
The original.
Okay. Really? As many of those old school RPGs as you play. That's the.
I just,
Wow.
Is
I
it
did it the one time and I'm like, good enough.
is it because 2 has like the actual RPG elements to it, like the level up system and stuff? Is that
Yeah, I think 2 is.
We didn't even
played
talk
through it
about that.
several times.
Can you talk about that a little bit, Lee? Just what 2 changed from the original formula, what it added on? 'Cause I think that's super interesting and
can-
something that feels like it fits
Yeah.
in the Zelda
Yeah.
world.
Well, see, a lot of people are like, it broke the Zelda formula. It's like, guess what? There wasn't a Zelda formula. There was the one game, and it did something different in the second game.
Yeah, God, I hate that too.
I can't believe-
I get so pissed off at nerds, and you know who you are. The whole like, well, that's not what the game is. That's not what this is. That's destroying the game, or when like a new iteration of something comes out. God forbid a studio try to change something up, because we as gamers are so friggin' fickle and spoiled and entitled that we will sit and bitch about something new, and then when we're getting, if they did the same thing, if it was the same shit, we'd bitch about the same shit, and if we got something new, we'd bitch about the something new. You can't make these people happy. Like, just shut the hell up and be glad that you're getting this art that these people are producing for you. Like, you're not owed any
This
of
is like, give me chicken tendies everywhere I eat. That's what
yeah.
Yeah.
anything different is bad.
So what was what they iterate on? How'd they break the first Zelda? What did they do with this piece of crap, Zelda 2, to break them up?
It was
Oh
it
my
was 2D,
goodness.
and it was a platforming RPG, action RPG. It was very difficult. There's a leveling system. As you kill monsters, you got experience, and you can get experience bags. You learn spells. You could cast spells. You had a magic bar. You had an HP bar. There's actually a lot more dialogue. You talk to people in towns and such. I mean, I guess you talk to the old men in the caves and some other people in the caves, but it's like there's a lot more talking to people to understand where you're supposed to go. They're not always useful, but it was there. And that sort of setup too. And I guess that's really kind of about it. Like you still kind of explore an overworld, but you go into like side scrolling battles and whatever else. So
You had
I think
you had an above view overworld map, and then once you entered an area, it went to a side scroll platforming, an adventure
Yep.
game.
yeah, I think it is better. Like it's just there's more to it, and it's more enjoyable to me. So a lot of people don't like it
And
because it's hard.
That's why I don't like it, because it's hard.
It's hard.
Time to get good.
It's freaking hard, dude.
It is a hard game.
I need a
Yes.
big golden line showing me where I need to go. I just want to follow that golden line from point. You know what? If even they could
Gotta
just
get that
make,
yellow tape.
if they could make Link walk himself, if I could just hit a button, let him walk, and I could just
Alright.
watch him do that would be great.
Why can't it be a railroad shooter? You know,
Yeah.
like I just push the button to stab.
All right. I think that's good. I think we're getting any final things we want to.
Oh wait, Aaron's worst.
He did.
Yeah,
he
Aaron,
said
what was your least favorite?
you said your
No, that
least
was
favorite.
mine. He just
What was your least favorite, Aaron?
He said none
I
of
He's
them.
don't know if
melting.
I don't have a worst one. Is the problem? I mean, I've enjoyed.
This is
them all,
Sophie's
but
choice. Aaron, you have to kill one Link. There's one Link you have to kill, or I'm going to kill all of them. Which one? I'm going to
that
kill
answer.
all of them. You gotta choose. We got a Sophie's choice.
Which
this.
one would you least like? What are you least likely to play? If you had a choice to play any Zelda game, which one would you least likely want to play? That's the question, man.
Oh no. The CDI games.
No, have you
No,
played
you don't. No, it's got to be major thing. No, do you need getting out of this with the CDI games?
that's just a
Um,
given.
God, I don't know. Like, I mean, I
Don't be a
on
wimp.
occasionally go back. I go back and play most of them again. Like,
What's the one that
I played
it's been the longest since you went back and played?
maybe the original?
All right, so the
It sucks.
original
I
sucks.
don't
It's
have that
awful to
NES
play.
around. But I love the original. I put my nostalgia glasses on and I venture through. I have a blast.
Skyward Sword. There you go.
You know what? Skyward Sword for the Wii, just because of the motion.
Ooh, good
control.
answer.
How about that?
Good answer.
Specifically for the Wii.
All right, so there it is.
My God, how many times I tried to bomb bowl and he just kept lifting it up his head.
And then you pick yourself up.
Ooh, okay.
But yeah, so I guess
What
that
you
would be.
get?
There we go.
What'd you get in trouble for just now, Lee?
You said you wake that baby up and we're going to fight. You tell them that.
All
And
right,
make Lee laugh as loud as possible.
we're done. We're not going to wake that baby up. It's time for all good podcasters to go to bed and have dreams of yacht and hey there and fairies
That sounds
and
good to me.
nightmares of Tinkle's F Quest or whatever the hell that game was. People out there, we we want to know what you think. We want to know about your experience with The Legend of Zelda. It is the 40th anniversary of one of the most prolific game series of all time. It has absolutely had an effect on our lives, even mine tangentially through my love of RPGs. Zelda is one of the games that laid the baseline for what we all love and know and love in the RPG genre. So Lee, where can the good people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube at Pixel Bro Lee. That is Pixel Bro Lee, not Broly like the Dragon Ball Z thing. And then on Twitch at Pixel Broly. It's probably the easiest place to find me.
All right. Cody, how about you? If they want to talk to you about their favorite or least favorite, where can they find you?
Currently, you can find me in the Discord channel. I've kind of laid off doing any kind of streaming. I've been stupid busy, so might catch me in Lee's chat every now and then.
Yep. Aaron, how about you?
Oh, you can always find me in the Discord channel, posting on Facebook. I have so much more Zelda information. If anybody wants to pick my brain, I'll gladly talk about Zelda.
There's a
Otherwise,
7-hour extended edition of this conversation where Aaron just talked about.
Otherwise, I guess I'll just be going out cutting grass with a sword.
Yeah, there you go. If you hear the soft "ya" echoing through your world, that is Aaron coming to your house swinging a sword. All right. If you want to talk to the nerds about your Zelda takes, we want to hear it. What's your history with the Legend of Zelda? What's your favorite? What's your least favorite? What do you think about them questionable dungeons and that one Tinkle fella, whatever his name is? Tell us about it. Email us at hillshavenerds@gmail.com. That's hillshavenerds@gmail.com. There is no "the" at the front. Come on our Facebook. We have all kinds of great conversations on Facebook with followers of the podcast. We share all kinds of nerdy endeavors that we're into. Come talk to us there, or come inside our Discord. Come inside the holler, sit a spell. Let's talk about all the nerdy stuff that we're doing, share pictures, and just have a great time loving all the nerdy stuff that we love. You can also, if you are so moved, tell somebody about us. Like us, share, subscribe, leave a review, whatever you can do to help the nerds out. All of it helps out a ton. Word of mouth is our greatest ally. If you're having a nerdy conversation somewhere and you feel so moved, let somebody know about the Hills Have Nerds and those 5 boys that have them nerdy talks about toys and video games all the time. And if you are so moved to another level, come to our Ko-Fi. You can support the Hills Have Nerds. You can donate there, become kinfolk. You got all kinds of little rewards for different tiers there. We appreciate every single bit that people give to us. It helps make the podcast that much better. And saying that, we want to give a shout out to our Ko-Fi supporters, Nick, Rosa, and Brittany Johnston. Thank you guys so much for donating your hard-earned rupees to the Hills Have Nerds. Now, that being said, I do need to do a little bit of bookkeeping here. Our friend, great friend of the show, Adam Watson, is doing of Dungeons and Desks. He was on episode 30 something or other of KED RPG, bringing tabletop role-playing games to the classroom. Adam Watson is doing a free professional development day. Dungeons and Desks is coming to Bowling Green, Kentucky, on March 17th. This episode should be coming out around the 28th of February, right at the end of February. So you'll have a couple weeks to get signed up for that. Check him out at KED RPG, or you can find Adam in the Discord, in the holler, sitting around talking with the nerds, talking nerdy stuff at KED RPG inside the Discord. You can talk to him about more information about that, or go to KED RPG, search that on Google, and you'll find his website there to get more information about the Dungeons and Desks Professional Development Day for educators interested in bringing tabletop role-playing games to the classroom. Adam Watson, a great guy, great friend of the show. Got a lot of love for that dude. That being said, are we done?
Lupa!
There you go. Don't wake that baby up.